Okay, so I wanted to make a video about empaths, and I think the main message is if you're an empath, if you're a sensitive person who feels the energies of the world around, of other people's emotions, then you don't have to be a walking sponge. That's the main message of this video. Because it can be quite common if you're an empathic or sensitive being to absorb other people's energies or take on other people's energies in your own system, which can leave you feeling drained, depleted, overwhelmed, and yeah, it doesn't have to be that way. You can find ways to stay more grounded in your own energy, where you don't take on other people's stuff as much. And I'll share some tips in this video for how to be more empowered. Stuff I've learned from my own journey, because I used to feel very disempowered as an empath. And I've been on a journey to sort of feel more empowered. So what I'm sharing today is what I've learned from my own experience, because I too used to absorb and take on a lot. And now I feel I'm finding my way with being more empowered as a sensitive being. Okay, so I think my first insight is your sensitivity is a beautiful gift. And yeah, it doesn't have to be a curse. It can often feel like a curse, can't it? So yeah, my first insight, that wasn't it, by the way. My first insight is to do with childhood conditioning. Your sensitivity is not the issue. I think we're all naturally sensitive beings. When we get more in tune with ourselves and our emotions, I think we naturally become more sensitive to the energies of those around us. Sensitivity isn't the issue. I think what I've learned for myself anyway is I think the issue is to do with childhood conditioning. I think when we're born into this world as young kids, I think we're all born very sensitive and in tune with the energies around us. And in childhood we can get conditioned to, we internalize everything. We think we're responsible for our parents' pain. And yeah, we get conditioned and programmed to sort of like take energies on, or subconsciously want to rescue other people. And it all stems back to childhood. So your sensitivity is not the issue. It's a beautiful thing to be able to be in tune with the world around you and sort of, get that sense of where somebody is at, to be able to get a good sense of what the people around you are feeling. That doesn't need to be a curse. To be able to read the energy of a room, it can be a gift. I think where it becomes a curse is due to our childhood conditioning, the tendency to want to rescue other people from their pain. Something we do when we want to rescue people from their pain is, we take it on as ours in a bid to rescue them. Or we can, as kids, we learn to enmesh with the energy of our parents. I know that's a big problem for empaths, merging with the energy of others. And actually, if you deal with that childhood conditioning and reprogram yourself, and get in touch with those parts of you that want to rescue or have a tendency to enmesh with other energies, then you can come back to centre. So yeah, I think I've got 2 tips with how to work with that conditioning. Something that works for me is a technique called EFT, where you tap on certain energy points on the body, and it helps to reprogram the subconscious mind. So you could use that as a technique to reprogram that childhood conditioning that's stored in the subconscious mind. And you can use EFT as a technique to reprogram that and install healthier programs around being an empath. The second way is to do some parts work, because we're all comprised of different parts, and the more aligned and rooted you are with your true self, then the more you'll catch when like, say, the rescuer part or other parts of you want to merge with the energy of others or take on the energy of others. The more you do parts work, the more you'll be able to stay in touch with your true self, that sense of spaciousness within you, and keep that self connection as you move through the world. Okay, so the second insight is to find ways to stay rooted in your own energy. I think if you're sensitive to the energies of other people around you, it can be very easy to become lost in other people's stuff. So you've got to really train yourself to stay in touch with your own energy and know your own energy. So spend time with yourself, really create some space to, like meditate or be out in nature, or just time and different places where you can check in with your own energy and really get to know your inner vibration and self. Because this serves as an anchor point then when you're feeling that other stuff in the world. Oh, there's a plane going overhead. Yes, so when you're going through the world, it really helps you to stay self-connected. And ways to strengthen your own energy are, you can do stuff like Qigong, which is like a Chinese energy practice. Stuff like yoga. There's lots of different ways you can sort of strengthen your own energy system. Meditation is a good way to do that as well. Because the more in balance your own energy is, and the more space you give to sort of cultivate that healthy energetic balance within you, then other energies will not be able to get in as much, because the more your own energy is in balance, and the more you know your own energy, you create a natural biofield around yourself, a natural aura. You're able to hold your own shape as you move through the world, because you're rooted in your own energy. So knowing your own energy helps with that, but so does energy exercises, let's say, such as qigong or yoga, that can help your energy to keep balancing and flowing as it should. And that generates an auric field around you that's strong, and other stuff is not able to get in as much. So that's the second insight. Be strong in your own energy, be rooted in your own energy, and then you sort of keep your sense of self, and you hold your own shape as you move through the world, so you're not as flattened by other energies. My third point, or my third insight, is the more healing work you do in yourself, the less that other people's energies will bother you. Because often what happens as an empath is we feel other people's stuff out in the world, and it can push upon our own unhealed wounds. And this happened, it's happened to me quite a bit, that the reason other people's energy feels so uncomfortable is because it's actually touching upon my own wounds that I need to heal. And I think for a while I was sort of getting angry at sort of, being an energy and sort of picking up on other people's energy. It was making me really avoidance of the world. It can be very easy as an empath to feel disempowered and blame other people, and actually sometimes it can be a gift. There's been occasions where I've felt like a really intense energy from those around me, like passing through a busy place, or people I've been working with, or whatever it is, and actually it's just served to reflect something that needs healing within me. So what I've found, and then it gets triggered to the surface and it's able to clear. So what I've found is the more healing I've done in myself, the more I've met those intense energies within my own being and transformed those old layers of pain, then the easier it's actually become for me to move through the world. And there's certain energies now out there that don't bother me as much. I might still sense them or feel them in just around, but they don't sort of shake me or bother me as much. So I hope that helps. What else? I might just need to have a look at my little list. I'm forgetting the points I was gonna say. Just bear with me. There's so much I could share, to be honest. It's such a big topic, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So as an empath, just to add on to that, I think we can feel disempowered and get caught up in a victim mentality where we blame the external, and actually it's just to remember everyone's on their own journey, and you don't have to be a victim. You can be empowered and stay strong and rooted in your own energy. So the final point is, you don't need to carry the energy. There's many ways. If you do pick up on something, it doesn't need to be stuck in your system. You can move it, you can transform it. You can do that through dance, through singing mantras, through going for a walk, or some people get a release through going to the gym and exercising. You can do it through breath work. You can breathe out what isn't yours. You can surrender stuff back to the light, back to the universe. You can breathe into those stuck places and then breathe out the gunk. So there's lots of ways we can sort of release energy, transform energy. And actually, I think it's part of why a lot of us are here. We're here to help transform the energies of the planet at this time. I think being an empath is only half of the picture. Your feeling sensitivity is only half of the puzzle. The other half is like your role as a transformer of energy. And you can transform things through joy. I get a lot of joy from dancing, for example, or singing mantras. You might want to create artwork, or you're an alchemist. You can be a ray of light in this world. You don't need to be a walking sponge. I think if you include the other half of the puzzle, that you can transform the energy, you can send it away from you back to the universe. If you include the full picture of the feeling sensitivity and your ability to transform or release that energy, then actually, you can be more empowered. So I hope this helps. I'm aware there's so much I could share on this topic. Maybe I'll make some more videos about specific techniques and stuff, but those are some key insights anyway. I hope it's inspired you to feel a bit more empowered as a sensitive being. I think you can be a ray of light in this world just by being you. And the more you're in touch with your soul expression, the more in touch you are with your true self, I think that's naturally a very strong and high vibration, and the energies of the world won't affect you as much the more you stay in touch with that high vibe center. And there reaches a point where you become so self-connected, where you've done a lot of healing work on yourself, got rid of a lot of that childhood conditioning. I think it reaches a point where your light, your natural way of being, begins to radiate outward, where it's your energy influencing and transforming the energy around you, rather than the external energy affecting you. It's the other way around. Your light, your soul expression, your vibration rubs off on the world around you, and that's when the shift happens. That's when you begin to win the energy game, where your energy, your light is the most dominant vibration in the room. And I remember reading something from Matt Kahn, the energy healer, about this, where it's the person who's, if you're more committed to your light and your true expansive self than other people are to their pain, then it's your energy that wins out. It's the one who's most committed to their energy. So be committed to you, be committed to your own light and your own expression. And yeah. And the final point, the points are coming to me now. The final point is to, I guess, just surrender to the flow of life, to meet the world in a place of relaxed awareness and acceptance. If we can meet the energies of the world with that relaxed acceptance, or even loving compassion, if you can muster that in yourself, for other people, then I think that transforms. Compassion naturally transforms the energy. I think if we're resistant or judgmental, or fight against the density we might feel, then it causes us to pick it up even more. But if we can meet the energies of the world with acceptance, with love, with that loving kindness, then we actually stay more in our own energy, because acceptance is a very giving energy. Compassion is a very giving energy. So we're sending something out to the world. We're in the mode of emanating. We're in the mode of giving rather than absorbing, because that's the main issue for a lot of empaths. It's the absorbing, being in the receiving mode. But it's good to receive sometimes, but in those situations where things, you're in the midst of challenging energies, remember to try and come out of receiving mode and into that sort of mode of acceptance, of compassion, of an emanation mode. emanation mode or giving mode rather than the absorbing mode. Okay, so I'm just recording this final segment because I've remembered one final point. And it kind of ties everything together, really. I just wanted to speak about the heart field, the electromagnetic heart field that comes out of our heart, our heart chakra. We all have it. And, you know, a really strong heart field can radiate outward for several meters in each direction. It it, it stretches out further than our aura. Um, Generally, when our heart feels nice and strong, and as an empath, we tend to feel the world or feel the energy around us through our heart space. So if you're picking up on the energy around you, it's likely your heart field interacting with those energies around. So what I've just said about loving kindness, how that can transform the energy around. If you fill your heart field with loving kindness, with compassion, that compassion, that loving kindness can really serve to strengthen your heart field. The energy of compassion can really strengthen, bolster, and expand your heart field around you. And this is like an extra layer of auric protection. And you're surrounded then by a bubble of love. If you have that strong heart field, surrounded by a bubble of love as you walk through the world. And this serves as both a natural protection to deflect lower energies, and that bubble of love and kindness, that bubble of love and compassion also serves to transform any density around you, rather than that density affecting you. The high frequency of your compassionate heart field serves to transform what's around. So that's the final point, and hopefully, you hopefully some of these pointers that I've shared help you feel more empowered as an empath or a sensitive soul. All right, go well. Bye bye.